It's so long ago, but I lost my sister when I was 6.
Evan is the best guy in the world. My marriage is beautiful. My family is beautiful.
The Real Housewives franchise has been entertaining viewers for years, and in that time, we'd have seen some truly wild storylines. While some seasons brought jaw-dropping drama, others left us scratching our heads and wondering, are they really arguing about this? Here are the worst Real Housewives storylines that made us question everything. Puppygate.
Have the dog there, and I can say it looks like Dorit's dog.
If you've asked Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fans which storyline has irritated them the most, Puppygate is sure to be up there for most. Not only was it a boring plot that dragged on for the entire season, but it also led to the departure of Lisa Vanderpump, one of the show's goats. The major scandal revolved around Dorit Kemsley returning a rescue dog, Lucy Apple Juicy, to Vanderpump's rescue organization, Vanderpump Dogs, which became the season's anchor story. When the news hit the tabloids, the cast blamed LVP for the leak, confirmed by a show insider in 2021, per Page 6, which ultimately caused her to skip the reunion and leave the show. It also marked the end of her friendship with Kyle Richards, who did not defend Vanderpump, and landed squarely on her list of names. The whole debacle might have been engaging TV for an episode or two, but in typical Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fashion, the cast dragged it out for all of Season 9. Fans also found it quite befuddling, as evidenced by Reddit threads such as, Puppygate is still so confusing to me, and Puppygate made no sense to me. How was Dorit the victim when she abandoned the dog? Both of which were posted years after the fact. Everywhere you turned, someone was pulling out text messages or a dude named John, leading TV Guide to call it the most divisive drama of the TV season for 2019. Dorinda and Bethany Nutcracker drama.
I want to talk about the Nutcracker.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Do we have to?
Dorinda,
Yes.
you went.
Who knew a Nutcracker could cause so much drama? In Real Housewives of New York Season 10, Dorinda Medley went above and beyond for her friend Bethany Frankel by arranging to have a one-of-a-kind Nutcracker delivered to her home. Bethany wanted to buy the item as a holiday gift for her daughter, but had trouble securing the rare decoration. Dorinda used her resources to find the Nutcracker and gifted it to Bethany. While Bethany was thrilled to see the Nutcracker show up in her apartment, she didn't directly thank Dorinda. Instead, she profusely thanked the man who delivered the item and barely acknowledged Dorinda's effort. Bethany's lack of graciousness caused a whole lot of drama, and it was pretty funny to see the women so worked up over a holiday decoration. There have been some outrageous Romy storylines throughout the years, but this one has to be the silliest. Meredith and Whitney bathtub drama.
Completely. First time we've spoken. Wow. Anything.
The Season 4 Real Housewives of Salt Lake City bathtub drama might take the cake for the silliest Real Housewives storyline. In the Season 4 premiere of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Meredith Marks revealed she was upset with Whitney Rose because of a comment she made in an interview with the New York Post. Before filming, Whitney was asked how she felt about Meredith taking baths with her husband, Seth Marks. Whitney confessed she didn't love the idea, telling the outlet, "Personally, creeps me out to get into a bubble bath with someone else." Well, Meredith did not take that lightly. She confronted Whitney about her comments, which seemed to catch Whitney off guard. The beauty founder insisted she was just joking about the whole thing, but Meredith wasn't buying it. The argument resulted in Meredith uttering one of the greatest lines in Real Housewives history. Vicki Gunvalson's health lies.
This is Brooks's third time he's been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Fans and cast members were shocked when Vicki Gunvalson and Don Gunvalson divorced after 20 years of marriage. Afterward, those closest to her weren't entirely on board when she started dating Brooks Ayers. Many felt something was just off about her new man. When Brooks announced he was battling cancer, Vicki's friends put aside any ill will to support the couple as they dealt with the horrible disease. It was later revealed that Brooks was dishonest about the entire thing, creating fake documents and all. Vicki's co-stars were unsure if they believed Vicki was clueless about the lies, causing a rift that left viewers stunned. The whole situation was a sad and messy chapter in our HOC history, making fans question everything. Munchausen syndrome rumors.
I don't regret anything, actually. I never regret anything. I learn from things that I do, always.
Lisa Rinna accusing Yolanda Hadid of having Munchausen syndrome might be the only Beverly Hills storyline more ridiculous than Puppygate. It felt like a desperate attempt to create more drama on the show, and the whole storyline didn't make much sense. Not your best moment, Rinna. The drama began when Lisa Rinna questioned the legitimacy of Yolanda's Lyme disease diagnosis, suggesting that she might actually have Munchausen syndrome, a mental disorder in which someone falsely believes they are ill or deliberately produces symptoms of illness. This accusation quickly spread among the cast, leading to heated confrontations and endless discussions. Yolanda, who was genuinely struggling with Lyme disease, was understandably hurt and angered by the suggestion. The rest of the cast was divided, with some defending Yolanda and others unsure of what to believe. The storyline consumed much of the season, with Rinna facing backlash for bringing such a serious and unfounded accusation into the spotlight. In the end, the Munchausen rumors only served to create unnecessary tension and confusion, making it one of the most ridiculous and uncomfortable storylines in Beverly Hills history. It's a reminder that not all drama is good drama, and sometimes the quest for conflict can go too far. Crystal Minkoff losing 14 friends.
I want to know what Crystal did to get 14 of her friends mad at her. I believe it.
Real Housewives fans do not tend to love storylines where much of the drama is kept from us, either because it involves those not on the show or because it happened outside of filming. So, it is not surprising that most people did not enjoy the side plot about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member Crystal Minkoff having lost 14 friends. It is not even Minkoff's fault, since she is not the one that brought it up, but the accusation became a recurring storyline that was totally unfulfilling. We first heard about the accusation from Sutton Strack, before the rumor was confirmed by Kyle Richards and Lisa Rinna, who said they had heard the same thing. Still, no one had any good tea about why these alleged friends dropped Crystal, only alluding to her behavior without giving any facts. Outside of the show, we did learn a bit more, including that Crystal is actually the one who shared the story with her castmates, and that it is only 3 friends that were lost due to her joining the show per Entertainment Tonight. According to All About That Tea, much disliked former cast member Teddy Mellencamp discussed the allegations on her podcast, explaining that Crystal got in hot water with her friends after saying she would never appear on the show, and later changing her mind. Aviva's creepy father.
Actually, he might like that.
Oh,
Hi, baby.
hi.
We cannot blame someone for their parents' actions, but we can certainly blame them for bringing their parent onto TV and broadcasting those foul comments and behaviors to a national audience. That is exactly what Aviva Drescher did when she chose to include her father in many of her Real Housewives of New York storylines. Drescher's father, George Teichner, is frequently cited amongst the worst storylines. He literally assaulted women on multiple occasions. First when he poked Sandra Morgan with his private parts, while the women visited Miami, and then again when he grabbed Kristen Taekman's breasts at his engagement party. And not to mention, his conversations with his daughter were extremely creepy, and his comments to the other women were beyond inappropriate. Tamra's robot baby.
Very embarrassing to bring out a robot baby in public.
There have been a lot of storylines about Real Housewives debating having a baby, with most of them being duds that feel entirely fabricated for the sake of the show. For instance, Ramona Singer jumping to the conclusion that she was pregnant because she was late was a far reach given her advanced age of 53 at the time, and no one on earth was buying that. Melissa Gorga was actually debating a 4th child on Real Housewives of New Jersey Season 10. But the most ridiculous non-existent baby storyline occurred on Real Housewives of Orange County, where Tamra Judge decided to test out motherhood by way of a robot baby. No, seriously. To this day, it was the dumbest thing I have seen on TV in my life. Cameron Westcott's pink dog food.
Dogs can't tell what color it is.
Very good question. We covered this a lot.
Pink dog food is not a good Real Housewives business idea, and it is similarly not a good Real Housewives storyline. A non-viewer might assume we were making this up, given how ridiculous a product it is. But Cameron Westcott did, in fact, create a pink-hued dog food and showcased it on Real Housewives of Dallas. Westcott is known for her love of pink, which influences everything from her fashion to her home decor, and we barely blinked an eye when she introduced her dog food idea at first. But then, the storyline went on, and its ridiculousness gave way to monotony and unbearable level of hotness. Fans did not respond well, which caused Westcott to target them. Gretchen's proposal.
Truly the very beginning of my entire engagement plan.
The proposal in question featured both a helicopter and a terrible song written by Gretchen, neither of which landed with viewers. Gretchen's own castmates called bull on the proposal, and even Andy Cohen said it felt like it was all done for the show, per the Daily Mail. As of now, the couple still has not gotten married in the decade. since the proposal, which only solidifies the idea that the proposal was fabricated for TV. Meghan's search for Irish relatives.
Who could forget when Meghan traversed Ireland looking for long-lost relatives from the O'Toole family?
One of the series' worst storylines occurred when the women of the OC went to Ireland in season 11. While the trip itself had some good TV moments, the entire premise of the trip, the idea that Meghan King wanted to find long-lost relatives, was absurdly phony and blankly unnecessary. Quite often, Real Housewives will come up with a weak reason for going on a trip, but none have pissed viewers off more than this one. King's Irish family goes by the name O'Toole, so one could expect that she would have gone to a genealogist to research this family name. And she did. But what fans remember more is when she stood in the street and asked random people if they were O'Tooles. King had some fabulous moments on Real Housewives of Orange County, like the work she did in exposing Brooks Ayers' fake cancer. But this was not a high point. So did these moments have you rolling your eyes too? Were you and your friends complaining about every episode? Or was there a storyline you thought was worse? What was it? We would love to know what you thought. Please let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you can stay current on all of our great Real Housewives content.